Back in high school, we were very cheeky young men. So the story I'm going to tell is a story that taught us a lesson we will never forget. So there was a time on a weekend, and I remember the day was on a Saturday, and we were in class just a Saturday morning. We were quite a united class. So on that Saturday morning, a lady teacher, a very popular lady teacher, was on duty. So that lady teacher happened to be coming to our class. As she walks towards our class, one of us who was quite infatuated with her. Of course, at Form 2, you would expect that young men are quite infatuated with lady teachers. It's so happened we were, most of us, infatuated with that particular lady teacher, but there was one young man whose infatuation was greater than any of our infatuations put together, if I can say. So he happened to be the first one that noticed Madam, let me call her Rose. Of course, Rose is my fictional name. So she's the only one who happened to notice Madam Rose coming. He was the first one to see Madam Rose coming. So he alerted the class, and there was a mama that went around the class, and everyone waited for Madam Rose to come to class, and we actually strategically placed ourselves in positions where we could see her without any hindrances. Like, share, subscribe. Welcome to Beyond Faces. My name is Moses Abukuta. I have remembered a story back in high school, which I am telling, of a lady teacher with whom everyone was infatuated. So it happened that Saturday would be a very bad Saturday for us. Unfortunately, the lady teacher was accompanied by another male teacher who had taken another route that went round our class. And I think they had discovered that there was a lot of noise going on in our class. So as she approached our friend, the infatuated friend, our classmate, let's call him Chris. So when Chris, of course, Chris is a fictional name, realized that Madame was coming closer to our class, he alerted us, and we prepared to receive her. And we were, of course, each of us strategically placed to play our monkey tricks on her. Everyone had their own way of playing monkey tricks on her, prepared, everyone. So she finally arrived at the door of our class, and when she arrived at the door of our class, something stupid happened. Someone made a cat call from behind the class, and that destroyed every plan we had. Just as one of our classmates was making a cat call, quite a daring thing to do, never imagined could be done, but sometimes hormones, when you are in Form 2, can be quite difficult to control. So I think he was overcome by hormones, and he made that catcall and whistled. And as he whistled, we burst out laughing. We couldn't hold our laughter. And sooner rather than later, someone again whistled, another one made a catcall. So it became a hodgepodge of bad manners. Let me call it like that. So in that hodgepodge of bad manners, the male teacher who had accompanied this lady finally made his presence known and announced to us that we were to leave class and go and kneel at the assembly. But before we went to the assembly, a message quickly passed around that we were not going to identify the culprits or our classmates who had made the catcalls. So everyone agreed. We took a silent oath, and as we walked towards the assembly ground where we were supposed to kneel, we had made up our minds and we were going to die for each other. There was no one who was going to sell out. We were quite a united class, so we knew there was no one who was going to sell out. No one was going to sell us out. I'll continue shortly. Meanwhile, I have a book out, Among the Smartest for Junior School. It's a play, and I'm going to read an excerpt before I continue with my story. Let me read an excerpt from this play for junior school. I'll say something about it at the end of the clip after I finish my story. Just hold on. I'm reading an excerpt from one of the characters, Mr. Combo. And these are the words of Mr. Combo. Your mother was a beautiful soul, the most beautiful person I ever met. She radiated like the sun and shone like the full moon on our darkest days. I met your mother at university. She was studying law and I was studying computer science. That's an excerpt, words of Mr. Combo. To find out more, you can buy this for yourself or for your junior school child. It can be good for you, and it can also still be good for the child. The story is enjoyable, but it's particularly written for junior school. Irrespective, though, the story still resonates with anyone who wants to enjoy a quick read and tell the story and share the story. So it's 500 shillings. You can find it in bookshops, or you can actually go online at Storymoja, the publishers. They are selling it online, so you can put in an order of your copy at Storymoja's or on Storymoja website, on the Storymoja website, sorry. I know you are itching to know what happened. Anyway, quickly moving back to my story. So we knew there was no sellout among us, so we knelt, and soon the message went round among the teachers that there was a mischievous class that was daring to turn the world of our school topsy-turvy. And on such a Saturday, when we have teachers who are hanging around the staff room, some who might be having their own issues in their houses, others just lazing around, others just relaxing. Such a disciplinary matter excites them and steals their attention. So we found ourselves under their wrath. Strokes of canes were fetched, and the madam teacher kept retelling the story of what had happened from one teacher to another. And the male teacher who had been accompanying her incognito was corroborating her story. So it happened that we were told to lie down, and everyone was now going to receive fire on their backsides and wherever sides the fire could get. So when we went down, each of us facing down, ready to die for each other, nobody was going to spill the beans. There was a crack of cans that was heard from one of us who was nearer the teachers. A slap was heard in another corner. And then that's when I heard, and all of us heard, "Mwalimu, mwalimu, mwalimu, I will not die for everyone. I want to tell the truth. I want to tell the truth. I want to tell the truth." And that is how we were sold out and spent the rest of that week washing pavements and toilets in the school. One of the very quiet and unassuming classmate of ours, one who was always in his books, might have thought of his own backside suffering and said he would rather other people's backside suffer, and he tells the truth. That's when I learned a lesson, that there is a price for the truth, because our friend paid a price. He became the black sheep in class, the most hated. He almost became persona non grata, were it not for the fact that he was there by the protection of the administration and the school. We would have thrown him out, but I learned there's a price for the truth. The truth has a heavy price. The truth can make you lose friends. The truth can actually make you persona non grata. The truth can be expensive. The truth can be hard to speak, especially when you are one against a crowd. The truth demands that you stand against lies and you stand alone. That's the price of the truth. So, looking at that story with hindsight, I understand him, and I have come to learn the truth is worth the sacrifice. Among the smartest, so get your copy. The story here is basically a story about the two young people you're seeing. They are the main characters in the story, but it's a story about their challenges at home. The main character has lost her mother, so she's a child of a single parent, a single father, and her friend is her best friend is a boy, and the fact that her best friend is a boy brings out issues among her peers, and there is a lot of fun in the book. So get the book for your child, get the book for yourself. Among the Smartest by Moses Abukutsa. My name, I'm the author. And there are other books, of course, by Story Moja. There are other books. So get a copy for your child, and you can read yourself. It's 81 pages thereon. That's all about Among the Smartest. There is nothing that has no price. As the book has a price, therefore also the truth has a price, as we have learned. Share, like, subscribe. Beyond Faces is the name of the channel. My name is Moses Abukutsa.